If we're all ready, we'll get started. Is Waldo all right? We're going to get going? Okay. I'd like to call the finance meeting to order, and we're going to get started with Health and Human Services first. This is authorization to contract with the Columbia County Healthcare Consortium for dispersal of grant monies through the Healing Community Study.
I'll move it, Morel.
Second it, Bury.
Matt, we have a first, and then second, Rob. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 2, authorization to renew contracts listed on appendices A, B, C, and D. And it was a long list of those.
Yeah, we went through this the other night. I'll move it, Bury.
Motion from Rob.
Second, Sterling.
Sarah seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Second, all in favor? Yeah. Opposed? Carried. Health and Human Services, again, authorize the Director of Children with Special Needs to bid, award, execute, and adjust transportation contracts for the 2021-2022 school year.
I'll move it, Morel.
Matt, we have a motion.
Second, Bury.
Second, Rob. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, authorization to contract with Twin County Recovery Services for staffing under the Healing Community Study Grant.
Move it, Bury.
We have a motion. Rob?
Second, Stats.
Second, Ray. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, number 5, permission for the Office of the Aging to contract with the Columbia County Healthcare Consortium to provide outreach and application services under the Medicare Improvements for Patients and Providers Act.
Sterling.
Sarah made a motion.
I'll second it.
Second, Ron. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. All right, Office of the Aging again. The Office for the Aging is requesting to modify its budget for funds that remain available from the CARES program.
Sterling.
Move it. Bury, second.
Okay, Sarah made a motion, seconded by Rob. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 7, the Office for the Aging is requesting to modify its budget for unused funds from the MIPPA program. I'm going to go on for the different breakout.
I'll move it, Morel.
Have a motion from Matt,
Sterling.
Second
Second.
it.
seconded from Sarah. We have a motion to second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. The Office for the Aging is requesting to modify its budget to utilize funds that remain available from the New York Connects ADRC program.
Move it, Bury.
Move it, Morel.
Okay, we have Rob made the motion, seconded by
I'll
Matt.
second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 9, the Office of the Aging is requesting to modify its budget to carry forward unused funds from the Title C1 program for usage in 2021. And it goes on to show the different breakouts that he's moving back and forth. So I think he's looking to get every penny he can use, which is good.
I'll move it.
We have a motion from Ron,
Second, Stats.
second from, I think Sarah made it, second from Sarah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, number 10, request authorization to fill one budgeted senior caseworker position, grade FP 168 at a base salary of $51,702. Any backfills created therefrom.
Move it, Bury.
We have a motion from Rob,
Sterling.
Second, Morel.
we have a second from Matt. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, number 11, request authorization to fill one budgeted caseworker position, grade 15, base salary at $55,293, and any backfills created therefrom. And this has gone through review.
Sterling.
We have a motion from Sarah.
Stats.
Ray, seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 12, request authorization to fill one budgeted child support specialist, grade 12A, base salary at $45,158, and any backfills created therefrom.
Sterling.
We have a motion from Sarah,
Second, Buring.
second, Rob. So we have motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried. Number 13, request authorization to fill one budgeted keyboard specialist position, grade 10C, by base salary at $33,408, and any backfills created therefrom. This is a resignation.
I'll move it, Morel.
Matt made a motion,
Sterling. Second.
seconded by Sarah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, public safety. Accept a grant award contract in the amount of $101,162 over a 3-year period from the New York State Office of Indigent Legal Services to the Columbia County Public Defender's Office, and authorize the chairman of the Board of Supervisors to sign the contract. This award is for continuation of the full-time clerk typist pay priority for the time assistant public defender, funding for experts, psychiatrists, interpreters, incidental and operation expenses associated with indigent defense services. One distribution number 8 is exhausted for the term of 1/1/2021 to 12/31/2023.
Move it, Stats.
Oh,
We have a
seconded,
motion
Buring.
from Ray, seconded from Rob. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Moved. 15, public defender also. Grant permission to the chairman of the Columbia County Board of Supervisors to sign yearly contract with the New York State Defenders Association for the case management system utilized by the Columbia County Public Defender's Office.
Move it, Morel.
We have a motion from Matt,
Sterling. Second.
seconded from Sarah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, number 16. Want to transfer money from rental lease to education for the purchase of textbooks. This is for the
Move it.
fire service training, I guess? Yeah.
Move it,
Fire
Buring.
coordinator.
Okay, Rob, I think you made the motion, correct?
Yes.
And a second?
Morel, second.
Matt, seconded it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 17, public safety. Request authorization for the grant administrator to accept the FY 1920 hazardous materials emergency preparedness grant program for $6,465 and dispense in accordance with state homeland security and emergency services guidelines. Match required of $1,293, budget requested for 2021.
Move it, Stats.
We have a motion from Ray,
Sterling. Second.
seconded from Sarah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, number 18 at the Sheriff Department. Authorization for the Sheriff Office to fill a vacant budgeted position of Undersheriff.
Move it, Buring.
We have a motion from Rob.
Stats.
Ray, seconded. Ray Stats, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 19, Sheriff also, authorization for the Sheriff Office to fill one budgeted position of Correction Officer.
I'll make a
Move it,
motion.
Morel.
Second.
Okay.
Sterling.
We have Matt made a motion, seconded by Sarah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Moved. Number 20, Public Safety, authorization to purchase 3 patrol cars and 3 mobile data terminals and related equipment. And they go on for the fourth breakout of it.
I'll move it, Fury.
We have a motion from Rob. You have a second?
Stats.
Seconded by Ray. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. And that's kind of what the program we've been staying with.
Yep.
Okay, number 21, Human Resources, request for the Columbia County Board of Supervisors to adopt a Columbia County Public Health Emergency Plan.
I'll move that.
Who made that motion? I'm sorry, I didn't get it.
Yep.
Ron? Okay.
Yep.
Ron,
yep.
And Sterling.
Seconded by Sarah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, number 22, County Government, authorization to hire 2 temporary computer service specialists for the MIS department.
I'll move that.
We have a
Seconded.
motion from Rob, motion from Ron, seconded from Rob. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. 23, County Government. Appoint a non-voting agency representative to the Columbia County Environmental Management Council representing Columbia Green Community College.
We
I'll
put
move
these
it,
two,
Morel.
we put these 2 together and Cornell Cooperative Extension as well.
Okay, gotcha.
So 23 has 2 people.
Okay, so there's 2 people in 23. We had a motion from Matt, I believe, correct?
Yes.
I'll second.
Seconded from Sarah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Same with 24, Jim. There are 2 town appointments to the EMC.
Okay, so we're appointing Bill Mancini as representative of the town of Kinderhook to the Columbia County Environmental Management Council and
Bruce
appointing
Schenker.
Schenka as representative of the town of New Lebanon to the Columbia County Environmental Management Council for a 2-year term. So there's both of those.
I'll move both those.
Ron Knott made a motion,
Second, Sterling.
second by Sarah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, number 25, County Government, authorization for the chairman of the board to enter into an agreement with GovEGov. This is for software.
I'll move it, Fury.
We have a motion from Rob,
Second, Morel.
seconded from Matt. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 26, we're into Public Works now. Authorization is being requested to put forth an RFP for qualified engineering architect firms to develop a feasibility and concept plan for constructing a new building at 50 Grandin Annie Drive in the Gerald R. Simons Commerce Park in Ghent, New York.
I'll move it.
Ron Knott made a motion,
Sterling, second.
seconded by Sarah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, we're number 27 in Public Works. Authorization to fill 1 part-time labor position in the solid waste department, grade 11, step 1, hourly rate of $16.18, which is 15% less the base salary, and this is due to a vacant position from resignation.
I'll move it, Morel.
Matt made a motion. Have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Ron. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, number 28, Finance. Authorization to award the bid for meat products to Ginsberg Foods, Cisco, Albany, LLC, and Worley Foods for the period May 1st through June 30th, 2021. Matt,
This is
come on.
Huh?
supposed to be
You
Ray.
have to do this. We have a motion.
I'll move it, Morel.
Matt made a motion.
I can see Ray's talking, but I can't hear him.
Ray, you have any?
He seconded it.
Okay.
He seconded it.
Okay.
I have a second from Ray. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, number 29, Central Services, Finance, authorization for the chairman of the Columbia County Board of Supervisors to enter into one-year extension of the contract with WB Mason for water dispensal, rental, and delivery of bottled water, retroactive to January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2021.
I'll move it.
Sarah made a motion,
Come here, babies.
I'll second it.
seconded by Ron. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, number 30, Finance. Relocate mental health billing to Central Business Office at Treasurer's Office effective May 3rd, 2021.
Again, I can address this.
Sure.
This is part of our continuing CBO effort in our quest to reduce expenses and to consolidate resources and billing. We started this process about a year and a half ago, and obviously COVID interrupted the whole thing. We actually did take out, Ron, correct me if I'm wrong, $150,000 in this year's budget for Beacon was reduced in anticipation of this move. Is that correct?
Yes, PJ.
Yeah, okay. So by moving the billing office up here will allow us to do some redundancy and some cross training as far as the billing goes, as far as our EMS billing goes. There will be a second part to this that come through, and this will have to go through the budget committee because it will involve 2 personnel upgrades. So we'll have to determine when that's feasible to do. The freeze is off or when the justification arises. But in doing, even with these 2 personnel upgrades, we're going to be saving somewhere between $170,000 and $180,000 per year in the cost of billing from Beacon Solutions. We will still use Beacon Solutions. Ron's arranged through a basically consultant fee on an annual basis that we will use them. But like I said, the overall reduction in costs to the county be somewhere between $170,000 to $180,000 per year.
That's a good job, PJ. I know we talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
So this will work out good.
Let's hope. Just got to get through union issues.
Well, we have a lot of them to get through, so. We have a motion.
I'll move it, Morel.
I'll second it.
Matt's made a motion, seconded by Ron Knott. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
That's it.
That's it. Is PJ, do you have any, how we doing financial wise?
Just a quick overview. We've actually last month at the Finance Committee and went through full board authorization to allow me to move money to Wayne Bank. Wayne Bank was actually offering a greater interest rate. You know, I never thought I'd be talking about interest rates at 0.15 and 0.5, but Wayne has given us 0.50. So we actually have 3 6-month CDs set up there, one for workers' comp, one for the tax stabilization, and one for an investment account. In addition to that, last week we moved another $5 million there, allowing us to just have a so-called savings account at 0.5% also. Now, one of the down things that's coming because of the release of all the stimulus money, when it comes, some of these banks are not going to be able to handle more money due to the collateralization that it's costing them to do that. So Wayne has already told us they're at their limit. We're at 16.3 with them now, and they can't take any more. So, it's a nice issue to have, but, we'll be exploring other options as we move forward. And like I said, Ron and I will certainly get together and try to figure out what we can do with some of this money. We still do not have any guidelines. I was on another webinar this afternoon. It was countrywide throughout the country. And, again, there's more questions than answers. But I think the safe thing for us to do when we do get this money, and I'll talk this over with Ron, but I believe we should probably just set up a separate account, stick the money in there till we know what the available uses are for that, because we're gonna have to have strict accountability for this money. It's gonna have to be transparent. There's gonna have to be regular reporting, and the feds can actually take it back if they find out we haven't used it appropriately. And we have 3 years to use this money, so to be determined. The other thing is that we're starting to see the state release some of our back money.
Okay.
Kind of a surprise. We've gotten a couple of the 20% back so far for some of the departments. And between this week and next week, it looks like they're going to release a little more. So that's hopefully a good sign.
Yeah, definitely a good sign. As you're going on talking about, 0.1 and 0.5 and all that, I can remember when I was way younger, like 20, where it used to be, what, 15, 16, 18% in a CD. Remember that?
Yeah, I used to borrow money in business at 15, 16%.
Yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, I mean, if we get this stimulus money, it's going to come in. We're going to probably get 5.5 million, right? And then a year later, we get the balance. Is that correct? Is that the way?
Yes, a minimum of a year later.
Okay, so we all got to remember that this way, where we're doing things, that it's not all coming in one shot, and we've got places where we have to start to park that money. So,
Hey, Jim, Supervisor Collins has a question.
sure. Yes, sir.
Hey, PJ, if you put this in an account and you accrue interest, can the feds take that back, or is that county property?
It's unknown yet. We have no guidelines.
Yeah. As soon as we get those, then we'll be able to kind of figure a little bit more. That's what we've been working.
There's some generic guidelines done now. I think we spoke about that the other day when we were in Ron's office. Generic guidelines of what it can be used for, but the webinar I was on today, it's like this is totally different than a grant where there's specifics. They're thinking that it may be more general than specifics, allow the counties and the municipalities to determine the appropriate uses within certain guidelines. So it's all to be determined.
And is there any way that I know the state can file for extensions to the towns that are less than 50,000. Can the state hang on to this money to try to develop interest before paying it out to the 50,000 or less townships?
Yeah, the last information that I saw was that the states had a certain window that they had to pass it to the towns. I can't remember if it was 60 days, 75 days, something like that.
I think it's up to 120 days. The state can hold on to the town's share of it.
As a,
Yeah, and like I say, none of this stuff is in writing yet. It's just
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not sure where it's going to be, but
If I could, I spoke with Supervisor Hoatling a couple of days ago, and she apparently was on a webinar or something with Congressman Delgado's office, and he has offered to speak to the supervisors in reference to the town funding, if we're interested. So I told her to coordinate with Kelly, because she would know everybody's schedules and everything, and it would be like a question and answer period about the town money. So you may be hearing from that fairly soon.
I think that would be a good thing, that we can at least get an idea where we're at, The other thing is too, is we got to remember, we got to replenish our fund balance, because, we keep bringing that up, but that's important because that's what got us through some of the, situations we had earlier. So, okay. Is there anyone else?
Just a question on that fund balance. They're going to let us know if we can replenish from this or not. I have a feeling we can't use that to replenish fund balance. Is that right?
No, I believe you can.
You can,
Okay.
but I think, we'll also have to justify why the fund balance was diminished.
Okay.
Ron and I can certainly do that.
Yeah.
And as PJ Ron tell you, a lot of this comes into whether they're going to make us use this federal money to offset the state losses that we had. That's my big question.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
once we determine some of that, then we can figure it out. We're kind of sitting and working on it, but we need the guidelines first.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anybody else? If not, motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
We have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Don't forget, we have a 5 o'clock full board tonight, just
Yep.
so everybody knows. Okay, have a
All right.
good day, everyone.
See you
Thanks,
later.
everyone.
Everyone, see you at
Care.
5.
See you at 5.